All right.
Welcome to Dolly Talk. How is everybody doing? I have a fun stream today for you, and I don't know why I have the banner on, but what the hell? We are going to be covering the Timothy Olson trial out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. He is a incorrigible fellow. He in the beginning of the trial, he's more reserved, fakes a concussion, has some fun, but then he gets under the judge, he gets under everyone's skin near the end of the trial. But first, let's see. F Irish is here. Yay. Jen. Sorry. Like the Wild West, good to see you back. Tutis. Paul is here. Paula. And Erica. So I've got a short video to kind of say what it's about. But first, I suppose, if I must, I will bring in my co-host.
Hi.
I know, it's always so weird.
So weird.
Never figure out
So
which
weird.
way.
I mean, it's just weird with you generally, but I mean that
Well,
was
that's
weird.
fair.
Yeah. I just put a post up on my channel as well.
Thank you.
Saying, "Hi everybody, we're
nice
all
of
over
you.
here." And also, it's an hour earlier than I usually am up and doing things. Well, I mean, I am usually up at this time. I'm just not like here and doing this, you know.
Yes. Had to get ready and rush. So, well, I appreciate it.
I did. And my daughter's all like, "Are you taking me to school, aren't you?" Like, yeah, I am. It's just that Dolly's always at my streams, and I said today I would be at his, and it's a bit early, so come on, move it.
Well, I didn't need you here right at whatever time it is there, but I do
Oh, fine, I'll
appreciate
go
it.
now. Okay, that's fine. Go bye. I'll go back to bed.
Well, I don't think you'll want to miss this. So,
Yay.
let us start. Oh, crap.
Oh, why does this? Why do you even have this layout?
I don't know.
Look at it.
It's mentally challenged.
It's extremely challenged. I mean, I know you're a bit challenged. I mean, come on now. Can we just get rid of it? I'm gonna throw it out.
Okay, so we're gonna play this video here. So I believe this is his arraignment.
Hey, Maddie.
So, this was in 2022.
I have before me a criminal complaint. In it, you're charged in count 1 with kidnapping.
During a weekend court appearance, the Milwaukee County District Attorney's Office revealed.
Well, NASA has. Oh, you boomer.
News.
What happened, Dolly? What happened? Tracy's here.
This is why I can't have nice things.
Oh dear. Do you need me to take over?
No, maybe.
You haven't live streamed for a while.
Oh, the freaking video isn't playing again.
Oh dear me.
Jesus H. Christ in heaven.
Erica, how's it going?
This is fine.
This is fine. Paul is here. Hello.
Oh, wait.
It's normal. Mum is a new member. Check it out. Hello.
Yes. Yeah, she was in my court roulette this morning.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, hey, Tracy. Wow. You know, fine, we'll play this video.
Respond for a female not breathing. They're refusing to do CPR.
This new dispatch audio from Racine and South Shore Fire came in the night of November 8th, asking medical units to respond to Timothy Olson's address. 12 News now knows that woman not breathing died. Racine police did put out an alert the next day, warning the public to beware of Olson.
Would you consider him dangerous?
For your financial health, absolutely.
But when we
I mean, he may kill you as he robs you, but you know, it's mostly your money you need to be worried about for sure.
spoke to the chief a week later, he never mentioned a death, only a case similar to a Mount Pleasant one, where Olson is accused of drugging and
Mount Pleasant, Racine.
Mhm.
Is this in Wisconsin?
Yep.
Is this where Mark Jensen's from?
Yes.
Oh,
He's Pleasant Prairie.
He's from Pleasant Prairie, but Racine, Mount Pleasant, this is all.
It's all within
coming
like
back to me now.
45 minutes to an hour away.
No way.
Yep. He could have bumped into Mark Jensen at the store.
He could have. He wouldn't want to bump into Mark Jensen.
Wow.
You know.
True.
Okay, you go on.
He's gaining women's confidence and he's getting access to their financial papers and records. So it's causing a significant financial loss.
Since then, Olson became a person of interest in the death of Kim Mikulance. She was spotted on a South Milwaukee bar's surveillance camera November 17th with Olson, moments before.
Hold on. Okay, this douchebag wears sunglasses inside.
Yeah.
That wasn't a clue. I mean, not to like, just saying, you don't trust people who wear sunglasses inside.
With Olson, moments before she passed out and later died. The night before Thanksgiving,
Oriole.
Franklin police say he kidnapped a 79-year-old woman for 16 hours. They arrested him 6 days later.
Okay, so the Mount Pleasant. Okay, so this is another. Now they're lying about that too.
You have not drugged any of these women?
No.
Oh,
Ridiculous.
It was only
No, I'm going through puberty.
me? Me?
once he appeared in court Sunday did official word of the Racine death investigation come out.
In November 8th of 2020.
Wait.
Who's that? Oh,
Okay, I don't have my
88.
little highlighter. But look at this in the bottom right. Activate Windows.
Mm-hmm.
They're fixing to arraign this guy on a pirated copy of Windows?
Look, it's Wisconsin.
They can't. Wisconsin can't even afford a legitimate copy of Windows, for crying out loud.
Yeah, look, I mean, there's lead in the water there.
That is true.
Mm.
Oh, I love it.
Women's is here. Hello, the party can
Hey.
start.
I just can't get over that. They're using a pirated copy of Windows. It's amazing.
22. He is under suspicion in Racine for a death investigation, again involving a crime against a woman.
12 News filing open records requests in Racine regarding the investigation and asking for details. All of it denied. Police have not released the name of the woman who died on November 8th, and the Racine County Medical Examiner's Office will not confirm the death without a name. Meanwhile, neighbors.
There's constant surveillance. We didn't know for what or what was going on. But we thought maybe somebody had.
Really? You're surprised they won't confirm a death if you can't tell them who died?
So let me get it straight. There's a death, but there's also a woman who got abducted. So we're
Yeah.
going to watch the trial about the woman who got abducted, right?
Correct.
Okay, so we're not supposed to, like 404 bad acts, we're not supposed to remember the thing about the death, yeah?
Correct. That does not come into this trial.
Okay, so we're not prejudicing him about that.
No.
Okay, thanks for showing us this.
Well, I just want to get a little background.
Okay.
Threatened them.
Are left wondering what happened next door.
Hannah joins us once again. Now, what about additional charges? Any timeline for those?
Well, Toya, this is an incredibly complicated situation involving at least 4 different police agencies across 2 different counties. So a timeline, I'm told right now, is in flux, although we do know that several cases are awaiting lab results right now. Olson, in the meantime, he denies all of the allegations made against him.
Hannah Hilliard reporting live for us tonight. Thank you.
So
What me? Not true. It's not true.
it's not true.
True.
All right, well, let's get to the fun.
Let's go. Bring it on.
So I'm going to speed it up, and there might be a few parts I can skip, but we'll see.
Okay, so what, we're going straight into opening?
Yep.
Cool.
And
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
before the trial, he's representing himself. He tried to get himself declared mentally incompetent a week before trial. That was denied. He's had doctors look at him and say he's fine.
And again, I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate your patience for the next few days as we go through all this evidence. Excuse me. We're here today to talk about Mr. Timothy Olson. An opening statement is what I like to refer to as a roadmap, what I expect the evidence to show, and walk you through how we're going to do this trial over the next few days. I always give a word of caution when the attorneys or the defendant speaks. What I say in an opening statement or a closing argument is not evidence. It's my version of events. It is what I expect the evidence to show. Again, the judge is the keeper of the law, so if I say something slightly different than what she read, you'll be able to refer to those instructions again at the end of trial. Again, those are preliminary instructions as we go through the facts. How I am going to present this case is basically as follows. I'm going to talk about Thanksgiving, November 24th, 2022. I'm going to start with an individual who saw someone waving out the window of a white vehicle. This individual, his name is Michael Ford. He thought this was so unusual and odd. He said maybe there's an emergency vehicle. He called 911. He was not the only 911 caller. This was in Greenfields, and at this area, officers arrived and they met a woman named Betty Hanel. Ms. Hanel at the time was disheveled. You'll hear the officers talk about, hopefully, they might say the words crazy old lady, and I know that they don't mean it that way, but she was very disheveled at the time,
Of course, the cops get there. A 79-year-old woman's been kidnapped and held hostage for hours, and their first thought is, oh, this demented old woman. Great, I got to go deal with grandma here. Oh, thank you so much, Hella. You are sweet.
We are turning chat green for St. Patrick's Day. To be sure.
Much appreciated.
Do you have anything green?
My chat now.
No, you have you found, is there anything green? You must have something green. I have a green
Just my
pencil.
underwear.
I don't want to see your underwear. No. Don't put no underwear. I have a really shitty green screen that won't stay up.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, you got a membership. Woohoo!
Thank you very much.
I don't even know if he has any members only content. I think you
Discord.
get like a shitty little judge that comes up next to your face.
I'm judging you right now.
I'm judging you right now. But you do get into the Discord.
Yes.
If you're a member on either my channel or his channel, you get into our Discord, which is super fun.
Yes.
That is actually super fun. Discord is popping right now.
orientated. And then she told what happened to her. What happened to her started on November 23rd, 2022, the day before, at approximately 2:33 p.m. 2:33 at Casa de Giorgio in Franklin. She goes to this restaurant on a semi-regular basis, usually on Wednesdays. Ms. Hanel will tell you, because she takes care of her brother. She goes to visit her brother. She goes to Casa de Giorgio. She has a glass of wine. She sits at the bar and she reads from her notebook. She used to visit this establishment with her husband, and she knows the owner and the bartender, Rex Idrisy. Rex Idrisy makes small talk with Ms. Hanel, and then Ms. Hanel notices an individual that comes up next to her, also chatting with her. And that individual calls himself Mario, and what the evidence will show is that was actually Mr. Timothy Olson. Betty chats with Mr. Olson, has her glass of wine, reads in her book, and then leaves at about 3 p.m., goes to her car, puts her items in the passenger seat, and then gets into the driver's seat. As she's getting into the driver's seat, Mr. Olson gets into that passenger seat. Mr. Olson tells Ms. Hanel he has a gun and to drive.
Objection, Your Honor.
Oh, this is opening.
She's misleading the jurors.
All right, Mr. Olson, this is opening. So there's no arguing during opening. State, please continue.
Yes, and this is all what Ms. Hanel will tell you, and you'll get to hear from her probably tomorrow morning. Ms. Hanel will tell you how she is 69 years old. She's not a particularly good driver, and the statement that Mr. Olson made to her scared her out of her mind. She drove while being berated. She drove while Mr. Olson was telling her what a terrible driver she was. And then Ms. Hanel will tell you how they actually ended up switching spots, and he took over driving. Ms. Hanel will also tell you how they made several stops throughout the entire night. There will be what we call ELPers or flock license plate readers to track this progress all over Milwaukee County, the city of Milwaukee, Greendale, ending up Oak Creek, ending up in Greenfield. And then she'll also tell you about what happened in that car. She was forced to drink alcohol. She was forced to drink from a bottle of orange liquid. And she was terrified because, again, she's 79 years old. Officers eventually, after they recover Betty, after she flags them down, after the initial responding officers, Greenfield officers, talk about how she seems to just be making up the story, how the investigation then happens because Detective Zaleski gets involved and starts tracking this back because Ms. Hanel notices that her credit card's been used at a couple of places. She's like, I didn't use it. I didn't get out of the car. At those establishments, at transactions that occurred at 5:56 a.m., 7:44 a.m., 4:02 a.m. In the video, you'll see Mr. Olson. That video gets presented to the media. Mr. Olson gets developed as a suspect. Again, Mr. Olson then gets taken into custody on November 29th, 2022 in the city of Why that's
like, why is it so blurry? It's like from
good question.
1979.
There is a media room where the camera is, and it's looking through a window.
Oh.
And I'm guessing that the janitor hasn't cleaned the window recently.
It seems that way.
Yeah.
Like someone like put their ass up against it or something
Yeah.
and
Kind
farted.
of distracting.
It's really distracting. Like it's super duper blurry. Okay,
Yeah.
so in like Corey Richards' trial, I'm pretty sure all of the cameras were behind that two-way glass. I don't think they were up like in the courtroom. I don't know. I have to ask someone that was there. But
I think there was one because there was a lot of Corey face on.
that's true. There would have been, but unless there was another two-way glass.
Unless there was another two-way glass. But like the Lori Daybell trial, there was just the one video feed.
What do you mean there was one video
Or
feed
one camera feed.
that you could see? Were they in the courtroom or was there a two-way glass?
Well, there was two-way glass and the camera like looked into the courtroom. But like you couldn't see
actually see the camera?
No, and you couldn't see like in front of Lori's face.
Okay. Yeah, I know, I remember.
But like in the Jodi Arias trial, they had cameras inside the courtroom and would like zoom up onto the defendant.
Yeah. Okay. So I think you're probably right about this being through a two-way glass and someone's like spat on it or something.
Yeah.
It's very
around that time as well. Two individuals then report that their garage was burglarized. That garage, a bike was taken from that garage. Mr. Olson was riding that bike when he was first spotted by Franklin officers. And then two, an RV was also burglarized. That RV, no one had used that recreational vehicle in the front yard of this residence for several months. It was locked up. It was winterized. But the evidence will show that there were signs of use, that someone perhaps was living there. And when Mr. Olson was taken into custody, items for this recreational vehicle were found on this person, including a key to an electric bike, shampoo and conditioner, and a knife that the owner will identify as being found in that recreational vehicle. Ladies and gentlemen.
He also shit in the RV.
He did not.
Yeah, well, the toilet wasn't able to be flushed because I guess it was ready for winter.
Uh-huh.
But he still used the toilet.
Oh, God, okay.
And all of this evidence will show that Mr. Olson was the individual that kidnapped Betty Hanel, that then ran from officers before being taken into custody. And then when he was arrested, he had not only items from...
What is this man wearing?
Him?
Yes.
That's the lead detective. Yeah.
Sir. Really? You have a pink bow tie on.
Well, he's not yet at homicide.
Wait, was he supposed to take you seriously? I guess so.
Yeah,
I
he
guess like,
kind of looks like he's the lead detective in moot court, but I digress.
That garage and this recreational vehicle on his person or in recent possession, but he also had Betty Hanel's credit card in his back pocket.
Hey.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the close of evidence, I will come back and ask you to find him guilty. Thank you. All right, thank you.
Beautiful opening here.
I would just like to say that she's just going by telling a story that just is not true.
Mr. Olson, there's no arguing. If this is your opportunity to tell the jury what you believe the evidence will show, you are to stick to that, please.
Well, I believe the evidence will show I'm innocent. I guess that's all I'm going to say.
Okay, thank you.
I appreciate you coming.
All right, members of the jury, we're going to...
Nice and
It's 4:24, so I'm going to...
I just want to say that she's a big doo-doo head.
Everything that guy just says is bullshit.
Oh, that was great.
Yeah, nice and to the point.
For all of you, I'm going to release you for the day, but orders that or at least not a that it's something so or you move off my calendar. The thing also he was walked 7.
So she has to like make a really detailed record because he keeps screwing around, and like you can see he's still in his jail clothes because he refused to change into a shirt.
The deputies went to retrieve Mr. Olson to bring him up at about 7:25, 7:30. He was walked from the jail to the bullpen. Deputies did observe puke on Mr. Olson's orange jumpsuit or shirt. And from my view of it, it looks like it's old. It's not new. The deputies then left Mr. Olson in the bullpen for him to...
He had puke on his shirt, but, you know, it's old puke, not fresh puke, so it's okay.
He wanted to wear his old puke shirt.
Yeah, it was at least 6 hours old.
He was getting attached to the puke.
Emotional support puke.
Yep.
I think have his breakfast. 5 minutes later, they went in and observed that Mr. Olson was laying on the floor in a likely fetal position. Mr. Olson then made some complaints relative to his health or medical condition. The deputies then walked Mr. Olson back to the jail. He was seen by the nurse who cleared him, and then the deputies started walking Mr. Olson back. One of the deputies then decided that it was probably best to use a wheelchair, although that wasn't requested by Mr. Olson. It was because the deputy, in his judgment, determined that would be a good idea. And then Mr. Olson was returned to the bullpen, and he was observed. I did go back there to see Mr. Olson before this case was called. At that time, he was dry heaving. He's now placed in a wheelchair, and the deputies have informed me that
The judge goes back to the jail at the courthouse to see how he's doing, and he's just like pretending to dry heave.
The judge did.
Yeah,
She went and
because
checked on
he's
him.
faking this shit. So she has to like be very careful though that like
Yeah.
she doesn't keep the trial going ahead, and there actually is something wrong.
Wow.
So she has to like be super careful. It's kind of like Dale Brooks, where Judge Doro had to really preserve the record.
Yeah, so much so that it went for freaking ever, and I ended up hating her guts. No offense to anyone who likes her, but I couldn't stand her guts by the end of
Yeah.
it.
She is permissive, but much better than Judge Dora.
So far, I like it, but I haven't watched it for long.
Yeah,
so
she's pretty good. Like, she gives him some leeway, but she eventually cuts him off.
Okay, fair.
That's probably the best approach going forward, because as one deputy described it best, quote, Mr. Olson is falling out of nowhere, and so he will remain in the wheelchair during his trial. Mr. Olson, given all this information, I want to make it very clear to you that this trial is going to go. Time and time again, doctor after doctor have cleared you, and this trial will go. Most recently, relative to last week's competency, in the report, and I'll quote from the report because I think this is important, given everything that's transpired from Monday to today, yesterday to today, quote, Mr. Olson exhibited inconsistent and theatrical cognitive and psychiatric complaints that lacked an objective basis. Close observation of his functional abilities when he did not perceive he was being directly evaluated further supported the conclusion that Mr. Olson was malingering, end quote. That's very recent. That was from last week. The first competency report also indicated you were malingering. And today, this morning, upon my report to the office, hearing about your shenanigan, I am concerned that you're not taking this very seriously, as you should. And I'm making it very clear to you, in addition to the rules of decorum that I went over with you very thoroughly, that you are expected to behave. And you can try all you can to protract this case, but it's going to go. We're now delayed over 45 minutes. The jurors have all reported on time as instructed. Everyone's been waiting. You can make us wait and we will wait, but the trial will go. Okay, that's that for the record. Lastly, Mr. Olson, you are in your orange jumpsuit. My question to you is, do you want time to change out of that into street clothes? If you do, I will give you time to do that. Otherwise, I will assume that you don't want to change into street clothes and we will proceed then with the trial. Mr. Olson?
Hello?
Well, Mr. Olson stands mute, is not responding. I will assume then that he does not wish to change into street clothes, and we'll get ready for the jurors. Anything else for the record from state?
Not at this time.
And from
I think maybe a bit more record needs to be. I just don't know the case off the top of my head for someone being in jail clothes, so we can supplement that record. But I think you have given them an opportunity to change. You have told them that the jury would come in and see him.
Okay, you can't tell it's goddamn Wisconsin, can you?
I just.
You can't tell it's goddamn Wisconsin. Everything is cashed out on the record openly, like loud and at length.
Yes, they need that record preserved.
It's just
in
like
Wisconsin.
Now I'm getting flashbacks of Brooks. I'm getting flashbacks
Yes.
of Anderson. I'm getting flashbacks of Jensen. Everything that is
She takes the jury
happening.
out so much.
Yeah, poor jury. Anything that happens we have to talk about it.
Yeah.
Length.
It's like 30 seconds and they have to talk about it though.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe
supplement the record a little bit, that it's when the defendant refuses to change, that it's absolutely okay to go forward with him in the jail clothes. But I just don't have that information off the top of my head.
Of note too is that the same set of clothes that he was given yesterday is available to you, Mr. Olson, and I believe it's in the bullpen, correct, deputies? Okay, so there are two sets. Okay, two sets of clothes are made available for Mr. Olson. They're both in the bullpen. Mr. Olson, if you don't want to change into civilian clothes, street clothes, that's fine. That's your decision, but we'll proceed. And as the state pointed out, that would mean that the jury would see you in the orange jumpsuits, indicating your custody status. During this trial, at a later point, if you decide that you do want to change into street clothes, you still have that opportunity. But because you are refusing to answer my question, I will assume that you are fine remaining in jailhouse clothes, and we will proceed. Anything else for the record from defense? Mr. Olson, the state had an opportunity to place what they think is important on the record. I'm giving you an opportunity as well. Attorney Wasilewski?
Just briefly regarding access to discovery materials. Pursuant to the court's request, I brought my laptop. Mr. Olson's interest yesterday seemed to be, at least initially, with regard to certain photos of one of the car of the victim, and I have those up to show him if and when there's an appropriate time to do that. Also, a notebook I prepared containing all the narrative reports with an index at the front, and if he wants access to that so he can have the written reports, I'll make that available to him.
Okay, great. Thank you. And I did forget about that. And my intention and point of all of that was to ensure that Mr. Olson has access, which he now does have. He has a laptop as well as printed materials. With respect to exhibits, I'm going to order that the state man the exhibits. If there is an exhibit that Mr. Olson wishes to use during the course of examination, of course, he'll let the state know before he uses it. And then the state, if you can man it from your desk, one, I think it's more convenient that way. We don't have to toggle. But two, I think to minimize any attempts of Mr. Olson to show anything that's inappropriate from the laptop that is now made accessible to him. And so that way we control as much of this as possible, or that I control as much of this as possible to ensure that this case is not disrupted. This trial is not disrupted. But that brings up another point.
Oh my God.
If Mr. Olson refuses to participate or ask questions or provide any sort of defense, at what point are we going to call on Attorney Vasilevsky to step in? Well, I think my instructions yesterday was fairly clear that first and foremost, I think the first step is if Mr. Olson is choosing to not participate or he's removed from the courtroom he is still in charge of the organization and content of his defense. And to that end, he may provide specific questions for Attorney Wasilewski as standby counsel to ask those questions. But Attorney Wasilewski, as standby counsel, is not going to cross those lines and start formulating his own questions based upon how the situation by counsel. Mr. Thorpe, the penalty correct, it wasn't corrected. I have copies of an amended information. I haven't filed it yet that corrects that. More or less, it could be described as a Scrivener error. It would be a Scrivener's error. Okay. It pulled in railroad car instead of motorhome in the substantive charging language. It also left. I could hear.
There was an issue with one of the charges, so they had to rearrange them. On the new charge.
So Sally's just going to flick forward a little bit because, as we just discussed, in Wisconsin, they talk about everything at length on the record, and because he's not participating, they have to discuss that at length.
And speaking of Wisconsin, another thing that we see often in Wisconsin.
And state, please call your first witness. Thank you, Your Honor. The state is calling Michael Fuller. I know that he was sworn in yesterday. Do we need to swear him in again?
Yes, we do.
Okay.
Oh,
a jail witness.
Yes, we do see that quite often, don't we? Yes.
I mean, even Theodore Edgecombe had a jail witness.
It wouldn't be a Wisconsin trial without a good old snitchy snitch in orange.
Well, no, he isn't a snitch, actually.
Oh, really?
He was a witness to this and then later got arrested.
Oh, okay.
So they got him out of jail to go testify.
Gotcha.
So he's not a snitch, actually.
Well, isn't he?
Please raise your hand. Do you tell the story to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? Yes, sir.
We believe him.
Thank you. Mr. Ford, we're here today to talk. There's a case involving Mr. Olson. Do you know Mr. Olson?
Never met him, ma'am.
No. And I'm just going to state the obvious. You're in jail clothes. Are you in custody for anything to do with the case here today?
No, ma'am.
Do you have any prior convictions?
Yes, ma'am.
How many?
5.
And I'd like to draw your attention to Thanksgiving in 2022. Did you observe something unusual happen on that day?
Yes, ma'am. I was coming up the expressway on the White Avenue moving west towards Highway 100. When I got to the intersection, I was going to make a left-hand turn on the Highway 100. And as I was in the middle of my turn, I noticed a car. There's a freestanding building that's set back on the west side of Little Fire. There's a open vacant lot, and I noticed a car with a female waving her hands. Right, I tried to pull out the window, so I pulled over.
What's with this angry man? Here.
Him? Oh, or him on the right? Yeah, I think he's a court reporter, but he doesn't really.
He looks really angry.
Yeah, he does.
Really angry.
He's a grumpy
Wait till he
Gus.
looks up a little bit. There's something wrong with his face. Sorry to interrupt. Just keep an eye on him.
And figured she needed assistance with the car. As I got out of my car, started approaching, she was kind of frantically screaming that she was held against her will. For a few days, she was sexually abused, and she really wasn't making much sense. So
that is an angry face.
They have the gain too high on their microphones. The audio sucked, so I've had to adjust it as best I can. What?
Court reporter man scaring me.
Aw. Mm.
Hey, Michelle Sota. I'm scared. I'm scared by the court reporter, not just all the criminals in the courtroom. Sorry, you go on.
I gotta apologize. At first, I thought.
No, yeah, and just let me ask you a couple of questions about that too.
Yes, ma'am.
Officers arrived, correct?
I was the first one on the scene, and then there was another gentleman that pulled up after me, asked what was the problem, and I believe he called the police after the two of us were there, ma'am.
Okay, and then you stayed on scene until the police arrived, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm actually want to show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit number 1.
Okay, we're still out. One of the people, the first person to go help her, goes over to her car, tells her he'll wait until he can flag down someone else, but he has to get home because he has a turkey in the oven.
An actual turkey in the oven.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, it was
Apparently
Thanksgiving.
the court is too loud and we can't be heard. So we need to fix things up a bit. So maybe if we adjust our mic volumes.
I can turn it down.
Or you can turn down the court?
Yeah.
Okay.
That would be the lady in the car and me on the side of the road during that day, ma'am.
So it's a lady in a car and you on the side of the road?
She's out of her car at the time, but yes, that would be the three of us, or the two of us.
And that's a photograph of those items, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Is that an accurate representation of what it looked like that day?
Yes, ma'am.
I'd ask that Exhibit number 1 be moved into evidence.
Any objection from defense? And here, no objection received.
They're published too.
You may.
Thank you.
Defense is in some sort of other world right now.
Well, he's got a
Meditating.
concussion.
He has a concussion, right?
Oh, are they
It
on?
looks like I'm blending into the background, see?
Blue shirt.
Yes, ma'am.
And then we talked briefly about the woman there in the car, correct?
I seemed really distant. She was frazzled. She was pretty scared. She was just looking for help. I mean, at her age, she seemed lost.
Okay.
And glad that somebody was there that she didn't have to worry about.
Yeah. And because you're testifying today, did we have any sort of agreement to get you here to testify today?
No, ma'am.
No. Just here because you're a witness in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
I have no further questions. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Cross. Mr. Olson, would you like to cross?
Yoo-hoo.
I'll take that as a no. Okay. Thank you, sir, for your testimony. Members of the jury, at this time, we're going to take a short break, plan for about 5 to 6 minutes, and then we'll bring you back when we.
Perfect. I've been in here for.
Yes.
Target list.
Back, members of the jury. Mr. Clerk, please swear in the witness.
Please raise your right hand. You tell me the records.
Have a seat. Thank you.
Edwin Roman.
And Mr. Roman, that mic is fully adjustable. So you can pull that down right to your mouth, just so we can all hear you. Mr. Roman, we're here today to talk about November 24th, 2022. Do you know why we're here to talk about that date?
Yes.
Yes, why are we here?
Elderly woman got abducted. I found her cell phone on Highway 100 in front of McDonald's in the Walgreens area, just north of the Layton Avenue.
So could you tell me about what you were doing that morning?
Oh yeah, this guy just finds her phone and calls her son and gives it to the police. And he isn't crossed at all. Very uneventful.
Okay, keep going.
Because the beginning of this trial is kind of dull. He doesn't really say much. He gets very feisty later on.
All right, we'll go to wherever you want.
And I still couldn't get it.
Okay, yeah, we'll start with the woman who's abducted.
Okay, sweet. Oh yeah, cool. She testifies, right?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go there.
This is great.
Ms. Hanel, she needs you to state and spell your name for the record.
Okay, Betty Hanel, Hanel.
Thank you. And I'm sorry, Ms. Hanel, I
Oh shit.
What?
Sorry guys, hold on.
Oh man. Sorry, Chad. How's it going?
God damn it. Sorry, I hit one of my macro keys.
You can come back.
Poor sir.
ROBERT.
Dolly, did we miss him passing out?
No.
No. You're doing great, Dolly. See, that's what Wild
Mr.
West is
Olson?
saying. I can just say you're doing shit.
Would you like a break? Hey, Mr. Olson, what is it that you'd like me to know?
My uncle sold.
Make sure you use the microphone.
Sorry guys.
If you could buy me a drink. No, I checked.
I'm sorry.
no, I'm
Okay. Go back where I was. I apologize. I'm mortified.
Ma'am, we're gonna swear you in.
And you forgot your hearing aids today, is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so I apologize if I seem like I'm shouting at you, but
That's
I want to
okay.
make sure you can hear. Okay. Ms. Hanel, do you know why we're here today?
Yes.
Yes. Why are we here?
To testify what happened to me with Timothy Olson.
Oh, the
And
detective
do you
likes
know
her.
Mr. Olson?
Oh, look at him.
No, I don't know him.
He's smiling.
No.
Oh,
Do you
that's
see him
cute.
here in court today?
Yes, I do.
Where is he seated and what is he wearing?
He's sitting right in front of me to the left, wearing an orange clothing.
May the record reflect identity of the defendant.
Any objection? Okay, it shall.
We don't get
Thank
to see
you.
her.
No.
Ms. Hanel, we're going to talk
You do get to see her walker as she leaves the court, the bottom of it. But
Oh, sad.
yeah.
through what happened in some detail. So I'd like to start at the beginning. Do you remember going to Casa de Giorgio?
Yes.
Yes. Do you remember what date that was?
The date?
Yes.
It was November. Well, I don't know when Thanksgiving fell that year. I can't remember. I think that was 1922.
Would it have been 2022?
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry.
That's
I'm
okay.
sorry. Yeah,
She
Yeah.
forgot
you're
the
right.
century.
And so it was the day before Thanksgiving.
That's adorable.
She's so cute. I know. She's so sweet.
I
I
love
love
her.
that. I love that part.
In 2022.
Yes.
Yes. And
Ellie,
why were you at Casa
Ellie.
de Giorgio?
Can you please put closed captions on? Closed captions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I sort of had a long day. I had taken care of my brother that day. And so I just stopped. My husband and I used to like to go there before he passed away. And I thought I'd just sit at the bar and read my book. I always read my book and have a glass of Chardonnay to relax and end the day.
Were you planning on meeting anyone at Casa de Giorgio?
No.
No. How often do you go to this establishment?
Oh, well, that particular, I hadn't been there for years. My husband passed away in 2017. So I wasn't used to going places without him. But that day was, I was sort of difficult with my brother. He's autistic and it sort of wore me out. So I was coming home and I was going down.
He wears me out too. Her brother's autistic and he wears her out, kind of like you wear me out.
She could relate to this.
I can relate to this, yeah.
Boston Avenue, so I stopped. I said, well, I'll just stop and have a drink.
Did you know anyone that works there?
I do know Rex, the owner.
The owner. And how do you know Rex?
Well, when my husband was alive, we used to always go to Casa de Giorgio's for fish fry on Fridays. And we've been going there for years.
Go to an Italian restaurant for their fish fry.
Okay. It sounds like Casa de Giorgio is not like a very authentic Italian restaurant.
Wait until you hear the guy talk.
Okay.
He sounds exactly like Mario.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I own the Casa de Luigi.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
You know, Rex.
So you stopped at Casa de Giorgio, had a glass of Chardonnay, and when you say you read your book, do you read it a paperback or what type of book?
I have a Nook. It's a Barnes and Nobles, similar to what you call that, a Kindle.
Kindle.
And yeah, I love it. Mm-hmm.
Great. So you go into Casa de Giorgio. Where do you sit?
At the bar.
At the bar. And who is bartending that day?
Rex.
Rex. And was anyone at the bar when you sat down?
No.
No. So tell us about what happened while you were at Casa de Giorgio.
Okay, so I'm just sitting at the bar, sipping on my wine, reading my book, and I believe I had already asked Rex for my check. And so I was waiting for my check, and
hey, Redrick.
The defendant came up and sat next to me. And he offered to buy me a drink. And I said, no, I always only have one. Okay, so maybe a minute or two passed. And he asked me again if he could buy me a drink. And I said, no, I always just have one. And so my check came, I paid Rex, and I left. Should I go farther?
Sure, yes, that's fine.
So I got in my car, and I was just ready to start it up when the defendant jumped in the passenger side and made it appear as if he had a gun in his jacket pocket and said, I have a gun, just drive. Drive.
Let me just stop you there for a second. What did this person that sat next to you at the bar give you a name?
No.
No?
No.
Do you remember telling officers that he referred to himself as Mario?
Well, yeah, later on, when I was having to drive around, he told me his name was Mario.
So I'm sorry, that didn't happen until later.
Right.
Thank you for correcting me. So you go into the car. When you go into the car, you get into the driver's seat.
I beg your pardon?
You got into the driver's seat.
Yes.
Yes. And which seat did Mr. Olson get into?
The passenger next to me.
And I heard you say he made it appear like he had a gun.
Yes.
How could you describe or even show us what you mean by that?
Well, okay. Can I stand up? No?
Yeah, I think that would be okay. Yes, if that would be best, please.
Okay. Okay. I think I can do it. Okay. So. See, I'm sorry. Yeah.
So if I'm describing it appropriately, you had a hand in your jacket pocket and like pointing, a pointing motion.
So weird.
Yeah, it was pointed at me.
Okay.
I think he really
Were
just.
there any statements being said at that
He was
time?
like smiling.
Well, I think I was sort of driving erratically because I was, of course, upset. Very upset. And I think some of the time when I was driving, he'd get upset because he would give me directions on where to go. You know, it was like a turn here right. But sometimes he waited till I was almost through the intersection.
Typical man.
So it would be almost too late to turn left. And of course he didn't like that. Yeah.
Were you afraid?
Oh yeah, it was the worst day of my life.
Oh yeah.
What did you think was happening at this time?
Oh, well, you know, I don't think you can really think. You know, you just pray. You pray.
Did you truly believe he had a gun?
Oh yes, yes.
Did you ever see the firearm?
No.
But it was your belief that he had that weapon.
Yes, I did.
So driving around, you were terrified. What's it like driving and being terrified?
Can you repeat that?
Yes. What were you feeling as you were driving around terrified?
Well, of course, being terrified. And then, of course, I'm hoping I'm not making any mistakes because you're thinking you don't want to set them off. You know, you don't really know what kind of person this is. And so, yeah, it got more difficult as the night went on because it started getting dark. And I don't see that good as it gets dark out. So, yeah, and it was pretty much a lot of unfamiliar territory. Like we're like way on the east side, way on the north side, and I didn't know where I was most of the time. So it was very, very difficult.
Did you drive the entire evening?
No.
Tell us about how you ended up not driving.
It must have been maybe around 9 or so. He got frustrated how I drove, and then so he took over.
Oh, he pushed her aside and went, I'll drive,
What
lady.
time were you at Casa de Giorgio?
3 o'clock.
Women
Was
drivers.
that 3 in the afternoon?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
How do you know it was 3?
How do I know it was 3?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my brother lives in South Milwaukee, sort of not far from Rawson Avenue. And when I left my brother's apartment, I got in my car, I checked the time on my car clock, and it said about 2:55 or something like that. So that's when I decided, oh, yeah, I think on the way home I'll stop at Casa de Giorgio's because it was early. And a lot of times when I'm taking care of my brother, I don't leave that early. Sometimes it's not till 5 o'clock. So it was like an aha moment.
Hoping for a relaxing glass of
Yeah, yes.
So now we're just going to back up a little bit. You're driving. Were there any threats made to you?
I have to say no.
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 other than showing you the
gun.
fire,
But
firearm.
by maybe 9 o'clock or so, I realized there was no gun.
Right.
Yeah.
So why didn't you leave then?
I'm sorry, what?
Why didn't you get out of the car? Or why didn't you, when you switched from the driver's seat to the passenger seat, why didn't you walk away?
Oh, well, have you seen me walk? And to tell you the truth, through the whole incident, I kept my hand on the doorknob. And I'm thinking, you know, when we stop for a stop sign, and even when he was driving, when we stopped for a stop sign, I could dash out. But, I mean, well, I thought, I can't walk. How can I run?
Yeah.
How old
Yes.
are you, Ms. Hanel?
I'm sorry, what?
How old are you?
Well, now I'm 82,
How old were you on Thanksgiving of 2022?
79.
And then you mentioned, have we seen you walk? You walked into court today, is that correct?
Yes,
Did you use any assistive or medical
I
device?
used my walker.
Your walker. Did you use a walker in 2022?
No.
No. Could you tell us about your physical condition in 2022?
Well, 2022, Rick, I have spinal stenosis, and each year it was getting constantly worse. And so, I mean, I could walk then in 2022, but, and I didn't need a cane then, but I could not walk well, you know, let alone run.
So what
Yeah.
does, you said spinal stenosis.
Yes.
What does that cause physically in your body?
Well, it's a degenerative disease of the spinal column, and it causes you to increasingly get worse and worse. It deteriorates the spinal column.
Thank you. Is that painful?
Oh, yeah.
Do you take pain medications?
I usually just now take ibuprofen.
Thank you. So we're going to talk about driving around a little bit. Did you, and let's go in chronological order. Were there any stops as you were driving?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
You know what you mean, places or stop signs?
Places.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. And feel free to correct me if I ask bad questions. I truly do appreciate it because I think it helps for clarity for everyone. So we're going to talk about places or events.
Okay.
Okay. So you're driving now, it's 3 p.m. You leave the parking lot of Casa de Giorgio. Do you know about which direction you headed?
Well, I know leaving Casa de Giorgio's, I went left. So that would have been east.
And then do you remember the first stop or event that happened?
I really don't remember. I remember, you know, but you know, by that time I'm still upset. You know, I'm still very upset. You know, so I can't remember.
Do you remember any stops that you made that evening?
Well, he seemed to be upset with an ATM. I'm sorry, what?
You seemed to be upset with an ATM?
With my ATM card. He wanted my ATM card, but I never had one. And he was really upset about that because he said, who today doesn't have an ATM card?
Because what type of card did you have, Ms. Hanel?
I just have a credit card, one.
One credit card?
Uh-huh.
Do you remember what bank that was with?
Yeah, U.S. Bank.
U.S. Bank. Did you lose any possessions during this event?
Well, he took my cell phone. I think he took my purse. I'm not sure about that. But that was basically it.
So let's go back and talk about the stops or events. And I said, so we went to, he's upset about the ATM card.
Mm-hmm.
Did you make any stops during that evening?
Yeah, well, this was when he was driving. He stopped at a couple of ATM. I don't know why. And I don't know what he did because, you know, I couldn't see that. But he did do that. He stopped at several like Quick Trips or gas stations that had food marts attached. And that's when he would buy the liquor.
The liquor.
Mhm.
Did you go with Mr. Olson into any of these establishments?
No.
No. And again, I'm going to ask you, why not? Why didn't you just get out of the car and run at that point?
Yeah, you would have thought I would, hey, but I couldn't. You know, it's just like I didn't trust myself to attempt that. It's easy to say, why didn't you just run out of the car? You know, but if you're in that situation, it's not that easy. It's not that easy.
Were you terrified the entire evening?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
So you remember stopping at some Quick Trip type stores, food marts. Did you ever give Mr. Olson permission to use your credit card?
No.
No. Do you know if he ever took your credit card?
Well, he must have, because after I got home, days after, all of these different charges kept occurring on my statement.
Did you make those charges?
I'm sorry, what?
Did you make those charges?
Purchases? No.
No. Did you give anyone else permission to make those purchases?
No.
No. I'm actually going to have the deputy show you what I've marked as exhibit number 8.
Okay.
Ms. Hanel, do you recognize what that is?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
What is that?
Well, that's my charge card.
And when's the last time you saw that charge card?
Oh, a while back. I mean, I hardly recognize it because it's a different color.
Yeah. And where is that? What is the bank associated with that charge card?
U.S. Bank.
U.S. Bank. And how do you know it's yours?
Well, it's got my name on it. Yeah. I signed the back. Okay.
That's great. I'd ask that exhibit number 8 be moved into evidence.
Any objection? Hearing no objection received.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Permission to publish then to the jury?
Yes, you may. Can all members of the jury see at least one of the screen? Everyone's nodding their head. Yes.
Because but was this card canceled?
Yes.
Yes. We talked about stops, the food marts, the Quick Trips, and then you mentioned something about a liquor store.
Yes.
Could you tell us about stopping at the liquor store?
I don't think you would say it was a liquor store per se. Every one of those type of stops was connected with a filling station. And he went in and he bought that small type bottle of whatever it was, I don't know, whiskey or whatever, looked like whiskey. And he had a water bottle that he spilled some out of, and then he would add the liquor to it. And then he would push it up to my lips and yell, drink, drink. But I couldn't. I told him, I said, I couldn't. I said, I can't. Well, then he stopped for a while, and then maybe about a half hour or so, he would try it again. And I said, no, I can't. And then with each try, he got a little bit more vicious. And so at one point, he like shoved it to my lips, and I had my mouth shut. I was worried about my teeth. Spent a lot of money on my teeth. So, but who knows? I tend to think, because it must have been around 11, 12 o'clock, I fell asleep. And so I don't know, maybe some got in, I don't know. But I didn't wake up till 7 o'clock on Thanksgiving Day.
So this bottle, do you remember what color the liquid was in this bottle?
Well, it was the color of whiskey, golden colored.
Because again, too, this is 3.5 years ago, correct?
I know.
Was your memory about what happened better back in 2022 than it is now?
It's exactly the same now.
Yeah, but it did.
I mean, if you dream it every night, you have a nightmare every night.
She wanted.
How could you forget?
Yeah. And do you think you could have remembered some of the details, fine details better back in 2022?
I could have.
Because do you remember telling officers that it was an orange liquid?
I'm sorry, what?
That it was an orange liquid?
I probably did.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. And I just, you're remembering a lot of details, so I appreciate that. But I just, we're just talking about 3.5 years ago, so It's understandable if your memory isn't perfect.
Okay.
Did you take Did you eat or drink anything else when you were in the car?
No.
No. Do you remember if you made any stops to use the restroom?
No.
No. No stops to use the restroom?
Well, what actually happened, maybe it was around 11 o'clock. And I don't know exactly where we were. It was not a very good looking neighborhood because he got out of the car and met someone like across the alley.
Sure.
And so him and this other guy were talking for a while. And then when he came back to the car, I told him I had to go to the bathroom. Okay. And he sort of positioned the car around or near these garbage cans. And that's where I went.
You went outside
behind the garbage cans.
Where was Mr. Olson when you were doing that?
He was in the car.
After you went to the bathroom, did you get back in the car?
Yes.
Yes.
I thought of running off. I did that. But like I say, it's not that easy. And you don't know where you are.
Do you know what, did you use anything, and I'm sorry for asking this question, to wipe yourself after you went to the restroom?
Well, I don't believe so. I guess you just do, do a little jumping around, whatever.
Yeah. Or do you remember having only one sock on when you were picked up the next day?
No, that I don't remember.
That's okay. So you stated you fell asleep at some point. Mm-hmm. How were you feeling when you fell asleep?
I guess I would say okay. I think the whole ordeal, by that point, it was late, past my bedtime. I was exhausted. And I just fell asleep like you do.
I was looking at the camera.
Riding around in a car.
And then you stated you woke up about 7 o'clock.
Yes.
How did you know it was 7?
I looked at the clock on the dashboard of the car.
Was it daylight at this point?
Yes.
Do you remember where you went after you woke up?
I'm sorry?
Do you remember where you went after you woke up?
Okay. When I woke up, we were driving down Highway 100, just past Steins on Highway 100, and we crossed Highway 100 and Beloit Road. Right there's a little mini mart, and there's like a gift shop called, and he whipped it happened so there out of the car and proceeded to run in back of Grandpa Frank's. It was like a field. I could see him running. Okay, so I couldn't get the doors open. I couldn't get the windows open. So I crawled over the console and got in the driver's side, and I still couldn't get the doors open, but I got the window open about 5 inches, and that's how I could get my hand out to wave somebody down.
Were you able to wave anyone down?
Yes, I did.
Yes. And did they then help you?
Well, I'm sorry, but the first gentleman, he came up to the car, and I said, I've been abducted, call the police. And he said, I'm sorry, but I'll flag down the very next car behind me because I got to get home. There's a turkey in the oven.
So did he flag someone else down for you?
Yes, he did.
Yes.
Yes, he did.
And so did the second person arrive help you?
Yes.
Tell us what happened as help was arriving.
Last act.
I'm sorry?
Tell us what happened as help was arriving.
Well, of course, I told that gentleman. And right away, a lot of policemen came from, all over. Franklin, Hills Corners, West Dallas, Greenfield, and many, many men.
Yeah, felt like a lot of people there.
A lot.
Were you very overwhelmed at that time?
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Was it hard to talk?
Well, to be honest, I could talk. Yeah, I had no problem talking.
Did you make some statements at the time?
Not that I recall. I think it's like the one and only policeman that approached me. And by that time, we had gotten the door open, and I could swing my legs out and stretch and get some fresh air.
Okay, Ms. Hanel, I'm going to interrupt your testimony. And we're members of the jury, we're going to take a break at this time. I'll have you back shortly. Okay. Remember, remind you that the trial's not concluded. Do not talk about this case and do not conduct your own research. And then Ms. Hanel,
I love his
you may
lawyer.
step
Just
down from the
barely
witness stand and
looked at
return
him.
to the gallery.
Or stand
I
by
couldn't give a
counsel.
shit.
The witness advocate,
Just keeps
she
writing.
needs some help to be let down.
Oops, oh dear.
Let's just making a note of it.
I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. Okay, cool.
Having a heart attack.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
So please close the door. Thank you. We're outside the presence of the jury. Ms. Hanel is making her way down. Okay, deputies, if you could just check on, remove him and then check on his welfare.
Where she goes
Oh
with
no,
her dog.
there she goes.
Door. Door.
Dude.
I'm so nervous. I'm nervous. Probably lost 10 pounds.
I love you can hear the old woman. She's like, "Oh, I'm so nervous. I've lost 10 pounds." And they're just all ignoring him.
Okay, before we crack up completely, we're absolutely sure he's faking, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I'm so nervous. So nervous. Probably lost 10 pounds.
I hear her talking.
Could you move that to me? It won't work.
Oh my god, he stopped talking.
One of the officers should try to tickle him and see if he responds.
Oh, hello.
Ah. Careful, you put that finger, officer.
This is Democracy Manifest.
I love this camera guy. And like the microphones stay on too a lot. So you hear him and his standby counsel talking quite a bit in the second half of the trial.
Look at the court
And
reporter.
he's like getting pissed at his standby counsel. He's got his legs out. He's just tearing him by the legs.
Okay, we're on the record. Just take a break. Plan for about maybe 5-6 minutes, and we'll come back on the record.
Just give him 5-6 minutes. Idiot.
That's okay. We'll be back in about 5-6 minutes.
That dude's tall.
Yeah.
Wow. He's like, okay, I'll get rid of him. That's done.
You're kidding. Oh, yeah.
Now they're talking about Granny.
I love
it.
She got done early, hoping to finish none of this stuff.
You can hear like sometimes talking about him.
So kind of look in the absence of just call it off for now. But what I'm going to do is we're going to take a recess. We're not going to return until 1 o'clock. I'm having the deputies take him down to the nurse to check him out. And then if he's cleared, we'll continue. But please report back at 1 o'clock. Thank you. Okay, thank you. But they can go to lunch and yes.
Let's just all have a spot for lunch.
Yeah, I guess we'll let the nurse freaking look at him, whatever.
He is in a wheelchair wearing orange jail garb. Also appearing with him is standby counsel John Vasilevsky.
Good afternoon to everyone. Deputy, is it correct that Mr. Olson was offered at two separate instances, offered an opportunity to change into street clothes?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, thank you. And Mr. Olson remains in his jailhouse clothes, which is his choice. But I think some things are important to place on the record to ensure that the record is accurate. In my observation of what transpired this morning, I observed that Mr. Olson was continuously holding his forehead with his eyes closed.
This is so funny.
At times turning to look towards the gallery where the media camera was, and still is, and at times tilting his head back. Throughout the trial, Mr. Olson slowly slid into his wheelchair. During Ms. Hanel's testimony, Mr. Olson at times would tilt his head back and through squinted eyes look at the witness while keeping his hand on his forehead. And I think if you're seated in the jury box, you might think that there wouldn't be a good view of his eyes, but from my viewpoint, I could see that he was through squinted eyes looking at the witness. Also, Mr. Olson would gaze around the room in a survey type of gaze, and in 3 instances, Mr. Olson made contact with the court. And my understanding and view from that contact was that it was an acknowledgement of my awareness of his silent conduct. Several times, Mr. Olson would gaze toward the gallery and then look back and tilt his head, and he did so for a prolonged period of time, which resulted in his removal. And this all occurred during Ms. Hanel's testimony. Before Mr. Olson was ultimately removed from the courtroom, he had removed his hand from his forehead while keeping his head tilted back. And from my viewpoint, it looked like he was attempting to control or restrict his breathing. Eventually, he started dry heaving, and the court then interrupted Ms. Hanel's testimony and called a recess. I note that because this is another attempt by Mr. Olson to delay this trial. This is Mr. Olson's dilatory behavior, and it increased during Ms. Hanel's testimony as it continued. As her testimony continued, his behavior escalated. Also, the court did observe that when Exhibit 8 was published, Mr. Olson did turn toward the TV near the gallery to view Exhibit 8 as well. And I point out to you, Mr. Olson, that time and time again, medical professional after medical professional, you've been cleared to proceed to trial, and this trial will go. Whether you engage in dilatory behavior or not, this trial will go. Obviously, if you engage in dilatory behavior, it will delay things a bit, but it will finish. And so I want to point out some things for you on the record to make it very clear that 1, you remaining in jail clothes, and 2, your theatrics in front of the jury may unfairly prejudice your defense. But there is very little control that the court can do aside from setting rules, which you're refusing to follow at this point, and for the court to remind you to be mindful of the possibility of unfair prejudice due to your own behavior. My understanding is that at 11:05 or about 11:05, Mr. Olson was medically cleared by the nurse in the jail to proceed, and he was brought up. Of course, by that time, I had already released everyone for lunch, and I think that that time was probably a good time for Mr. Olson to have some alone time and gather his thoughts.
Time out.
I understand that Mr. Olson was seen by the nurse and cleared, and that he was observed to engage appropriately and respond appropriately to the nurse when he was being evaluated. Eventually, as I stated, the nurse cleared him and gave him a stern warning to not engage in his shenanigans. He was taken down to the nurse in his wheelchair and then brought back up in his wheelchair, and he remains in his wheelchair. During that transport, Mr. Olson engaged appropriately with the deputies and was vocal. He was able to express himself. And once put in the bullpen, he was provided with food and 2 milk cartons. I'm assuming that Mr. Olson then had his lunch.
2 milk cartons.
Okay, so there's food provided for him along with beverage. Okay, all that is noted for the record. And Mr. Olson, I'm warning you that you shall not engage in such theatrics. If for some reason you do want you can simply indicate to the court by saying, "Judge, getting my attention," and at that point I will remove the jury and then inquire with you as to what your request is. If it's during the course of examination, wait until your turn to ask for questions, which I have done so with all these witnesses by inquiring with you if you have questions or if you want to cross-examine. But that is the procedure I intend to follow, and I expect that you will also follow that. At this time, is there anything else for the record from state?
Just briefly, Your Honor, these disruptions could also result in his forfeiture of representing himself. And I know you've laid out the rules. This isn't I don't know what to call this lack of participation.
Can you forfeit representing yourself?
Communicating effectively with deputies when he leaves, refusing to communicate these obstructionist behavior.
Yeah, you can forfeit your right to represent yourself.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, what happens then?
They'll have a standby counsel take over.
Okay, this is weird. So you can, okay, so I'm going to refer back to Sarah Boone now. She forfeited her right to have the state represent her. So, sorry, when I say the state represent her, a public defender represent her. And she had to represent herself or get a private attorney to represent her. So she did that. And that's what Kranick made happen. He put an order out for that to happen, right? But the other way around can happen. So you can forfeit your right to represent yourself.
Yeah, if you're playing games like this, they can.
So if we turn this all around, and if Sarah Boone have done what he's doing and chucked like a spaz in the courtroom, she could have forfeited her right to represent herself and then ended up with a public defender.
I guess it would depend on Florida rules and the procedures there. But yeah, she was obnoxious enough. It's possible. Because if she couldn't represent herself. Oh, and she also had the PD office conflicted out too. But this guy's had 7 attorneys.
Putting it out there, right? I'm just putting it out there as like a scenario. Imagine if she had chucked a medical emergency.
Yeah.
She didn't have what's his face, James Owens, to represent her, and she was actually like going pro se at her own trial, and then she chucked a fit. Then what?
That would be interesting.
Isn't that an interesting scenario? Sarah ran out of lawyers. Yes. Sorry, just wanted to.
Yeah.
In Wisconsin, an unruly defendant may and should be forewarned that deliberate, dilatory, or obstructive behavior can affect a waiver of his pro se rights. This is also United States v. Brock 159 F3D 1077. It's a federal court ruling, as well as Ferretta, Faretta v. California, which notes that a trial judge may terminate self-representation by a defendant who deliberately engages in serious and obstructionist misconduct. That site is 422 U.S. 806 from 1975. I think that these delay tactics could borderline on obstructionist, and I understand that we're moving forward, and I don't want to put necessarily Attorney Wojciechowski in that type of situation to jump in, but it's very important that the state keep moving forward. We have waited, we have witnesses here, we have started this. I don't see this any difference that would happen either now or 6 months from now. I feel like the same tactics would be used. So I just want to put that out there as a reference for Your Honor in case this continues further.
And with those citations, Attorney Wojciechowski, if you can provide, I'll print out those cases that you cited. Can you give me those citations again off the record? Just write it on a piece of note and give it to Mr. Clerk, who will then pull it up. And then that will be provided to Attorney Wojciechowski, who then will have it accessible to and at defense table. And should Mr. Olson want to go through those cases and wants to talk to Attorney Wojciechowski, he is accessible to Mr. Olson along with those printed cases. So I'll have those cases printed. But even before those cases that were cited by the state, Mr. Olson, you were made aware of, you were given notice, you're given an opportunity to be heard, and I discussed in great detail the rules of decorum and contempt warnings. With respect to you failing to respond, refusing to respond to the court, that would be a direct violation of paragraph 10, answer questions as asked or instructed by the court. You refuse to do that. So there's one violation right there already. As a reminder from yesterday, on six occasions or 6 times, you interrupted me when I was in the middle of discussing certain matters on the record. And you were reminded that that behavior is not acceptable and would run afoul of the court's rules of decorum. Yet again today, you have violated paragraph 10, failing to answer and refusing to answer questions of the court. Now, I remind you again that there are consequences to violations under the court's rules of decorum. And I'm keeping note and I'm keeping track of these violations. I remind you that there is the notice of graduated consequences we went over, and I made sure that you were aware of that and that you've received an opportunity to be heard on that. And also, of course, under the consequences of violation, there is the potential removal, and you are fully well aware of that. And today, the state cites to case law in support of what the court had laid out way before this trial even started. Okay, so I think that's enough for the record. We can now, it's 1:18, so we spent 18 minutes on the record putting all those things on the record. Let's see if the jury's ready, and if they're ready, we should bring them in. Meanwhile, as soon as the citation's provided to the clerks, let me know. I'll print it out from Westlaw. Okay, we're off the record while we wait for the jury to be brought in. Thanks.
If you were on main roads or side roads or a combination?
Well, I would say we were on a lot of side roads. We were on some main roads, but not most of the time. Most of the time it was side roads.
Were they familiar surroundings to you?
No, the side roads were not familiar to me because by that time it was dark. And I don't know which side of town we're on. Could have been the east side, could have been the north side. You know, all the side roads look the same.
And were you ever physically touched by Mr. Olson during that time frame?
No, I would say no, other than the fact that he tried to shove the liquor into my mouth.
Was it only that one bottle or were there other bottles as well?
Yeah, that I don't know.
Just can't remember that?
Well, I remember the bottles. I can't say if it was the same, you know, or a different one.
Because this was all night long, correct?
Yes.
Was it dark out? Is that safe to assume?
Well, it didn't get dark out to maybe, I don't know, 6 o'clock or so. You know, when he got into my car, it was 3 o'clock. It was light out then.
Good. And I'm just going to have the deputy show you a few photos right now.
Okay.
Do you recognize that? Familiar. Exhibit number 9, I believe is that the photo of your car again?
Yes.
A Nook book reading device earlier. Is that your Nook reading device?
Yes.
Yes. I think that exhibits numbers 9, 10, and 11 be moved into evidence.
What was 11?
10 and 11 were pictures of the Nook.
Any objection? I hear no objection. All received.
Permission to publish for the jury?
Yes, you may.
And this is what we discussed as exhibit number 2, correct? Sorry, Ms. Hanel. This is exhibit number 2, correct?
Yes.
Yes, and that's you inside of your car?
Yes.
And this was exhibit number 9. What
Yes.
vehicle was that?
That's not.
Great. This is exhibit number 10. What is this?
That's my milk.
Nook.
Oh, her Nook.
And exhibit number 11. What is this?
That's also my milk.
Do you still have this Nook?
Yes.
Yes. Did you get it back from after the investigation?
Yes.
Now, Ms. Hanel, do you use any dating apps? Do you even know what I talk about when I say dating apps? Sure, but you don't have any?
No.
No, have you
Yeah,
ever
I'm on
used them?
Tinder.
No.
I do very well.
I know you said your husband passed away, and I'm very sorry about that.
Thank you.
Have you had relationships since your husband passed away?
No.
No. Do you try to go out to local establishments to meet other men?
No.
No. Now, after you were flagged, held down, and a lot of police officers arrived, do you remember then talking to the detective that's sitting next to me?
Yes.
Yes. Do you know his name?
That's Brian.
Brian Zaleski?
Oh, yeah, no, if you say so.
That's fine. And then, but you call him Brian?
I call him Brian.
And then do you also remember talking to an officer, Mark Hernan, at the time of the events? And he was a patrol. Do you remember talking to him?
If he was the first officer that came up to the car.
He was a Franklin officer, so I don't know if he would have been the first one that came up to the car.
Well, I can't honestly say which one.
That's okay, because all the police officers wear uniforms, right?
Yes.
And you were in distress at that time?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to show you what has been marked as exhibits numbers 3, 4, and 5. Ms. Hanel, I won't get into too much detail with those forms, but on exhibits 3, 4, and 5, do you recognize one of the signatures on those forms?
Do I recognize one?
One of the signatures on those forms?
Yes.
Yes. Whose signature do you recognize?
All of mine.
And is your signature on forms 3, 4, and 5?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. And I can take those back now if that's okay. Ms. Hanel, do you remember how long you were at the scene of being before you were able to leave?
Before what?
Before you were able to leave. When your car stopped and before you were able to leave, were you at that scene?
It was quite a while. It's hard for me to say. A couple of hours.
For a long time, right?
Oh, yeah.
And just to be clear, did you ever know Mr. Olson before that day?
No.
No. Have you spoken to him since?
No.
Thank you, Ms. Hanel. I have no further questions.
What's that?
I have no further questions. Thank you.
Okay.
Cross? Mr. Olson, do you have any questions you'd like to ask? Okay, here, no response. Thank you, ma'am, for your testimony. You may step down.
Okay.
Please say, please call your next witness. This is would call Officer Namesh.
Let's finish with Papa Giorgio.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes, you may be seated and then say and spell your name into the record.
Okay, my name is Rex, R-E-X. And the last name is Idrisy, I-D-R-I-Z-I.
Thank you. Mr. Idrisy, just so you know, that microphone is very bendable and moves, so feel free to move it around so you don't have to reach up for it.
Okay, that's fine. No,
Okay, thank you. Mr. Idrisy, do you own an establishment?
Yes.
Yes. And what establishment do you own?
Casa di Giorgio Italian Restaurant.
I'm sorry, what was that second part?
Casa di Giorgio Italian Restaurant.
Oh, Italian restaurants. That's the part I missed somehow, so I'm sorry about that. And where is that located?
3137 West Rawson Avenue, Franklin, Wisconsin, 53132.
Thank you. And that's in Milwaukee County, correct?
Correct.
You didn't know the mob was in
and
Wisconsin.
How long have you owned that restaurant?
Oh, I've been over there 20 years now.
20 years now. Tough job owning a restaurant.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then do you know why we're here today?
Yes, I do.
Yes. And why are we here?
I'm here to testify,
Testify, right? And we're here to talk specifically about November 23rd, 2022.
That is correct.
Do you remember something unusual happening on that day?
Yes, I do, what happened inside the restaurant,
Right.
And
So do you know a woman by the name of Betty Hanel?
yes, I know very well. She's still is my customer, She has been coming forever over there. And she was married, her husband died. And after that, changed a little bit. When I say change, means, she was coming a bit rare, but always when the time was quiet in the restaurant, sometimes lunchtime, sometimes, 3 o'clock, because I had lunch and dinner at the time, by herself and sit down in a bar. She liked that. She had a book. She can read the book. Not too much talking to the other people. Even was quiet, and can stay, have one glass of wine, read the book, 45 minutes, 1 hour, and go.
And was that her typical habit?
Exactly. Lately, yes. After her husband died, yeah.
Yeah. And so on November 23rd, 2022, nothing different. That's what she...
No.
Yeah. So as we're talking about that date, does Casa di Giorgio have any cameras on their premises?
No, unfortunately, no.
No. And do you remember, do you know a man named Timothy Olson?
Yes. I know I'm saying, when I say I know, I remember what happened the day with this guy,
You remember what happened that day. So could you describe what happened that day?
It was very simple, I was in a bar and no customers, nobody was around, and I see a nice gentleman walks inside, dressed nice, handsome, and approaches me and says, I really like something very, very quick, he said to me. And can I sit anywhere? And he got one table in the corner over there. I sat down, and if I can get something, because he said, my uncle is in a clinic over there, and because we're next to the Aurora clinic, and he's for surgery, and I have to wait a little bit. Oh, no problem. And it was really very common way that he told me, because I get a lot of people like that, when they come to the restaurant. And I said, no, right away. I jumped, I gave him the drink, the first drink. And after that, I gave the second drink, everything was fine. And the lady walks inside. Nice, quiet, and she sits in the bar.
And just to be clear, when you say the lady, you mean Betty Hanel?
Yeah, okay. Yes, my customer, yeah.
And so at that time in the restaurant, there was one person saying...
One person in the bar area, nobody, just the guy and the lady,
Sure.
walked inside. And I got the glass of wine, I give it to her, she pulled out the book, and always in her way, everything is fine, nice and quiet. And after 5-10 minutes, he asked me, can I go in the bar? He said to me, oh, why not? I said, this is very nice in the bar, you have a TV over there, stuff like that, and he moved from the table to the bar. And it was like a 3-4 yards, from not next to her, but because, you know, just a little bit distant. And he was having his drink. She was in her way over there. And I started kind of very friendly conversation. And it drew my attention because I never seen this woman, you know, always stays in her way, you know. And I'm talking, you know, very nicely, nothing. I'm doing my things over there. Somebody can go the other side, have a lunch, you know. But in this area, it's just me and these two people, you know. And after that, I saw he got close to the lady. Very, very close. Like here, I'm here, she's here, you know. I'm talking. It's no question. Everything is nice and polite. And, you know, I'm not paying attention because I'm doing my work over there, cleaning and stuff like that. And I'm not exactly, but probably like maybe 45 minutes was this or 1 hour, you know. And I see now she gets up, she paid. Rex, she said to me, I'd like to pay. She paid her bill. And then she's going, I'll see you next time. And the guy approached her, you know, and they went together outside. And I didn't have any concern, but I looked like very nice gesture, you know, that he's helping her outside. And that's it. And I'm waiting for the guy to come. There's no way. And I thought maybe something happened to the uncle. He got the phone call, my guess now. And he went to the clinic, you know. And I'm waiting around 6:30. Still, he never showed up back, you know, because he had a bill to pay, you know. And I said, didn't look to me, you know, this, you know. And after that, I closed the restaurant. He never showed back. No.
And he never came back?
No.
Had you ever seen him before?
No, that's the first time. No.
That's the first time.
Yeah.
And you never saw him again?
No, never seen him. No. Never seen before, never saw again.
Do you recognize him here in court today?
I don't know, where is he?
No.
Oh, yeah, okay, yes, yeah, I see it now, yeah.
Where is he seated and what is he wearing?
Oh, is it here, the orange, yeah. Yes, I recognize him.
You pointed pretty much straight in front of you, a little bit to your left, right?
Was it?
You pointed in front of you and a little bit to your left, is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes. May the record reflect identity of the defendant? Any objection? Okay, the record shall. And then I'm showing you what has previously been marked as exhibit number 7, or two pages of that. Mr. Idrisy, do you remember going through some manila folders with a police officer?
Yes, yeah. They arrived, you know, in a restaurant probably Friday, you know, because the next day was closed.
Okay, so about November 25th, they arrived in the restaurant?
Correct, yeah.
And you went through some folders?
Yes, they said to me, can you describe? I said, you know, was that very nice, a little bit nice height, like 5 feet, 5'10", whatever I can guess, you know, and like Italian, a little bit of dark face, very light, you know, and nice hair. I said, you know, dressed perfect, very, very, very polite, you know, and they went through some photos over there. I said, really, it's very hard. I got concentrated in one. I'm 50-50 because really I couldn't say anything unless I was, you know, because you don't pay too much attention when people walk inside, you know, that's the thing, to see the detail, you know.
Yeah, and exhibit number 7 is sitting on that shelf right there.
Okay.
The first page, do you recognize your signature on that page?
Oh, yes, everything is mine.
Yes.
Okay. I recognize everything, yes.
And then on the back of the photo, could you turn that photo over?
Yes.
And what's on the back of that photo?
11/25/22.
And whose signature is on the back of it?
It's mine. Oh, yes, they brought this on, and I said, that's the guy, yes, yeah.
Thank you. I don't have any further questions. Thank you.
Okay, Cross. Mr. Olson, would you like to ask questions of this witness? Hear no response. I'll take that as a no. Thank you, sir. You may step down.
Appreciate it.
And members of the jury, at this time, we're going to take a break. We've been going for a little over an hour. And so you should plan for about 10 minutes, a little over 10 minutes, maybe 10 to 12 minutes for your break. I remind everyone that this case is not concluded. Therefore, you may not talk about your experience. You may not talk about this case, and you may not conduct your own research. That this case is not concluded. Therefore, you may. Okay.
Present during the collection of the DNA from Ms. Hanel?
Yes.
Did you have any other roles in this investigation?
No.
I have no further questions. Thank you.
All right, Cross. Mr. Olson, would you like to ask questions of this witness? Okay, hearing no response. Thank you, officer. You may step down. Okay, state, please call your next witness.
Yes, the state calls Officer Jason Ireland.
It'll go a little bit longer.
Judge, my uncle's soul is next to me. He keeps talking to me. I don't.
Okay.
Judge, my uncle's soul is next to me. He keeps talking to me. I don't.
Okay. All right, members of the jury, it's 3:11, but let's take a little bit of a break. Let's plan for about 5 to 6 minutes. I remind everyone in about 5-6 minutes. Last one, please close the door. Okay, we're outside the presence of the jury. Mr. Olson, would you like a break? Okay, Mr. Olson stands mute and does not respond. Okay, Mr. Olson, what is it that you'd like me to know?
My uncle's soul.
Make sure you use the microphone.
My uncle's soul is here. My uncle's soul is here next to me. He won't stop talking to me, and He's asking me to do things and
My Uncle Soul?
Hey, Mr. Olson, what is it that you're looking at?
my Uncle Soul.
Make sure you use the microphone.
My Uncle Soul is here. My Uncle Soul is here next to me. He won't stop talking to me, and he's asking me to do things and
do you need any of that repeated?
Hearsay.
He's not asking you to engage in self-harm, is he? Is your uncle asking you to engage in self-harm?
No.
Okay. All right, Mr. Olson,
That's okay then.
it's clear to me that a break was probably due for you, and so I released the jury for the next several minutes. And I'd like you to take the opportunity to just compose yourself. I'm not going to tolerate your antics.
No, Soul Anki.
As I stated before, time and time again, medical professional after medical professional, you've been cleared to proceed to trial. And the state has called many witnesses, during which time you were offered the opportunity to ask questions of your own. And you are selectively choosing when to speak up and when not to. And that's your choice. But what I will not allow you to do, and this is an order of the court, is for you to make such statements, engage in such antics to protract this case. Is that clear? I believe I've given you enough warnings already, and I remind you that the rules of decorum remain in full force and effect.
Could I speak to a counselor?
Okay. Let's have Mr. Olson brought back to the bullpen. We'll go off the record for the next 4 minutes or so. Okay, we're off the record.
Honest, poor lawyer.
I got them all. You can be rolling.
Let's get you situated and then we'll call. Can you just adjust the microphone? And this before with Mr. Olson in the courtroom with everyone. Okay, I was told by the deputies that during this break, Mr. Olson was offered an opportunity to change into civilian or street clothes, and he's not changed. And he was also offered water. Okay, State, my question to you is how many more witnesses do you plan to call? It's 3:23. I just want to plan accordingly.
We were moving so quickly. I have almost everyone here.
Okay.
So it's up to you, Your Honor. I am adaptable.
I think that if you're able to rest by 3:45, 4 o'clock, I will then plan on sending the jury home the remaining hour of the day. We can then discuss, I can then have a colloquy with Mr. Olson relative to his presentation, which could start tomorrow.
May I have 3 minutes? Well, my concern is that I have citizen witnesses here who have been kind of back and forth all week.
Okay, hold on.
How you want to call witnesses, but
because I think then it would get more confusing.
Okay.
So if that's okay with Your Honor, I would prefer to do that, and then we can end early to have the conference like you suggested.
That I plan on using, and that's why I wanted a little more time than usual. You had made a mention or something about a therapist. What would you like me to know about that?
I don't remember what I said. What did I say?
Okay. Time was given. Yeah, go ahead.
My Uncle Soul is here, and he's a deputy too, and he keeps talking.
Well, make sure you use the microphone.
He keeps talking to me, and he keeps telling me to do things, and I want to speak to a counselor or a psychiatrist, or my head hurts really bad. The room spins most of the time. I can't focus. I'm seeing double. I feel.
Okay, well, Mr. Olson, I will ensure that the deputies, when they take you back to the jail, that you are seen by the nurse yet again. But with respect to your request to see a therapist or a psychiatrist, I really have no ability to order that kind of service. It's within the province of the medical staff in the jail relative to what your needs actually are. You were seen over the lunch hour, well, actually before the lunch hour, rather. And then you had the lunch hour to compose yourself, but you were seen by medical staff in the jail and you were cleared to proceed with the trial. You were brought back and then we continued with the trial this afternoon. And so I will just note for the record too, that during the course of examination of the witnesses this afternoon, Mr. Olson remained seated in his wheelchair at defense table. He did turn his body towards the court at an angle relative to the jury box. So his left side was pointed towards the jury box and his full front was directed towards the bench. And he remained in that position for the vast majority of the time. And this afternoon, Mr. Olson did a lot better relative.
That's the reflection of the guy operating the camera.
Yeah, he's been there all along.
Or his Uncle Soul. One or the other.
Uncle Soul.
To
And he's a
any silence behavior or conduct that could be viewed by the jury as distracting. And so that's that for this afternoon. But I will make sure that the deputies, when they take you downstairs to the jail, that you are seen by medical staff, and then the medical staff can, in their own professional discretion and judgment, treat you as they deem necessary.
The nurses at the jail and the staff at the jail, they don't like me. They retaliate against me. So they're not gonna treat me or do anything.
All right, that's noted for the record. I trust that they will abide by their professional obligations. I will be made aware of any issues, concerns, as I always have in the past, relative to anything that may have come up. Okay, let's go ahead and bring in the jury and continue.
Can I have 2 minutes to release all my officers?
Yes.
Okay, I'll go grab people and pop back in. Thank you.
I'm going to end it here.
That's a bit heavy.
I know.
You
But
don't
his
have to do
antics
that
are starting to
far.
get pretty good.
Right.
So we'll see some more of his antics tomorrow in the lead detective. And then we do see him attempt to testify.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet.
He
Tomorrow.
him and the judge have a little disagreement, but
Can't see why anyone would disagree with him. He
I
seems
know.
lovely.
Oh yeah, he's been evaluated numerous times. So he's not he is malingering. And they've already made that finding multiple times. Excuse me. Okay. So we already have a stream set up for tomorrow. Same time. Hella might be a little bit late. But she has to take her kid to school. But I'm hoping she'll join for a little bit.
Yeah, don't start him testifying without me.
Oh, I won't. We still got a little ways to go.
All right, sweet.
Okay. I'm going to redirect you guys over to potentially criminal Sean. He's covering the Afro Man trial.
Okay.
So yeah, thanks everyone. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you, Hella, for the memberships.
Oh yeah,
And
that.
I shall see you guys tomorrow.
Okie dokie.
Bye.